If you don't love yourself, how can you trust yourself?
Trust issues.
My words of wisdom for you this week are trust your instincts. We have to trust ourselves. Sometimes we have a crazy idea that pops up in our head and we think it's too far-fetched to ever be true. But guess what? If you have that feeling that you can't shake, that gut feeling deep down that you can't let go of, you have to know that there's a reason for that, and you have to learn how to trust yourself. You love yourself enough to know what's right for you and what's not. I had trouble with this at one point in my life dealing with my anxiety. I would always second guess myself and underestimate my ideas and my feelings and my thoughts. But once I got it together and really started loving myself completely and got my anxiety under control, it was much easier for me to trust my gut and make better decisions. And the decisions I was making were based off my self-love and my self-protection and my self-acceptance. You have to love yourself in order to trust yourself, right? You can't really love someone if you don't trust them in some capacity or another. So you have to think of yourself the same way. If you don't love yourself, how can you trust yourself? How can you trust that you're going to make the best decisions? You can't. So you're going to rely on other people who do not have your best interest at heart. And even if they do, they're not you. Nobody loves you like you. You have to realize that. So your best bet would be to what? Start learning yourself, loving yourself, spending time with yourself, self-care. You know what I mean? Those little things help you build a relationship with yourself, and you gain more confidence in your decisions. You gain more confidence in yourself. Ways that you can start trusting yourself would be to, one, start loving yourself. Make sure that you are comfortable and happy with you and everything that you do and everything you have going on. Because if you aren't, it's going to be really hard to trust yourself, really hard to love yourself, really hard to accept yourself. You want to make sure that you are at one with you. You are at peace with you and you are accepting of you. Make sure you're doing those things. If you have trouble doing any of those things, you can tap into previous episodes of Words of Wisdom. I'm always talking about it. If you're having problems with your anxiety, because a lot of times anxiety does have an effect on how we feel about ourselves. So make sure you tap into that, because I give tips on how to do better with that. Thanks for tapping in for Words of Wisdom. I'll see you guys next week.